The live stream has started successfully, so we can begin at 2 o'clock in just a few moments.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to City of Waterloo Council meeting. We are reconvening and it is 2 o'clock. I will start this afternoon session with a roll call, please, starting with Ward 2. Not hearing Councillor Bodley. We'll move on to Ward 3 and I'll come back.
Hi, Chair. It's Councillor Veith here.
Thank you.
Councillor Freeman is present.
Councillor Vassic here.
Councillor Henry here.
Councillor Bonagoa here.
Mayor Jaworski's here.
Terrific. Councillor Hanmer is here. We'll try Councillor Bodley one more time. He's showing on the list. Julie, perhaps I can ask you to check in with him and find out what's happening. While she's doing that, I would like to begin our session this afternoon by recognizing that the land on which we are gathering today is a land traditionally used by the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Neutral people. We also recognize and appreciate the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge and philosophies of the Indigenous people with whom we share this land today. Working together, we can strive to understand and to seek reconciliation and build a cooperative and respectful relationship. When I think about this last statement, and in honor of today being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I think about all the people who have gone before us, who have had the courage to identify things that need to be improved to make our society a better society, a more inclusive society, and one that is working together to make a difference as we move forward for generations to come. I'd like us to think about that as we reflect and think about the work that is before us today and the decisions that we will be making. I'll move us to disclosure of pecuniary interests and the general nature thereof. Are there any?
Counselor Bodley doing a sound check here. Can you guys hear me?
We can now hear you, Counselor Bodley. Thank you very much.
I'm sure. Much snow.
Now you're a little bit faint, but yeah, we'll let you keep going with that. We'll move. So in terms of disclosure, I do have a disclosure, item 9. Point A and 16 point B. My spouse's name is being put forward for one of the committees. So I will excuse myself at that time and have the mayor take over as the chair. With that, I'll move us to the approval of minutes. Do I have someone who would like to move minutes? And I'll remind everybody to just indicate that in the all panelists section. Thank you, Councillor Beath, second by Councillor Freeman. All those in favor, we'll start the voting with Ward 3.
I vote in favor. Councillor Veith in favor, sorry.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagore in favor.
Mayor Jaworski in favor.
Counselor Bodley in favor, if you can hear me.
We can hear you. Thank you, Councillor Bodley. And Councillor Hanmer is in favor as well. At this point, I will excuse myself and turn it over to the mayor.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Councillor Hanmer. Moving on to staff reports, item 9A, the 2021 committee and local board midterm appointments were prepared for us by Kevin Gerlach. Does anybody have any questions on the staff report? And seeing none, I have a seconder in Councillor I have a mover in Councillor Freeman, a seconder in Councillor Henry. I'll just pause for a moment. Hearing nothing, I will do the voting, beginning with Ward 2, please.
Counselor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagore in favor.
And the mayor's in favor too. That carries unanimously with the 7 of us who are able to vote on this. And we'll move back to Councillor Hanmer as chair.
Thank you very much, Mayor Jaworski. That takes us to item B, the Insurance Pool Subscribers Agreement for Assistance Program. And we have Mr. Hatinga here. I don't believe there are any presentations, but he's here to ask any answer any questions. Are there any questions? Not seeing any. I have a mover in Councillor Henry and a seconder in Mayor Jaworski. I'll call the vote, starting with Ward 2.
Counselor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagore in favor.
The mayor's in favor too. Sorry about that, Councillor Bonagore.
And Councillor Hanmer is in favor as well, with thanks to Mr. Hatinga and staff in the thorough review and preparation of the report for us. Appreciate all of the efforts that staff have put forward to bring this to us. Moving on to item C, which is the City Center Risk Management Plan, Source Protection and Clean Water Act. And again, the report is before us. Ms. Williams is here to answer any questions we may have. So I will open it up for any questions. Seeing none, I will look for a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor, I have a mover in Councillor Vasic and a second in Councillor Bonagor. We'll move to the vote, starting with Ward 2.
Councillor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Counselor Vasic in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagor in favor.
Mayor Jaworski, I'm in favor.
And Councillor Hanmer, I'm in favor as well. That is carried unanimously. Thank you. Thank you to Ms. Williams also for the report prepared for us, and it certainly makes it easy when the report is so comprehensive as put before us, so thank you for that. Our next item is the lease renewal, the Waterloo Potters, and again, Ms. Williams is here to answer any questions we may have. And I have a comment from Mayor Jaworski. Please go ahead.
Well, I was on social media today and I tweeted out a picture of my lunch, which was a grilled cheese in a beautiful, beautiful bowl. And immediately Shirley Levine recognized it as one of the Potter's bowls and made a comment on it. So it's just so thrilled to see that we're able to do a renewal for the Waterloo Potters Workshop, a great group that helps out our community so much. And if you think back to the Empty Bowls fundraiser, you know, a time when we used to get together and have lunch together, that was, you know, certainly a key memory of mine in past years, and I look forward to working with the Potters going forward.
Thank you for that, Mayor Jaworski. Comment from Councillor Bonagor.
Thank you, through you, Chair. Mayor, I totally recognized your bowl as well. So I think the Potters' work precedes them. I just wanted to thank staff for working with the Potters Workshop on reaching this renewal. I think it's just a wonderful facility that is in a fantastic location, and I've spoken to the Potters who use it, and it is so deeply valued. So I just wanted to extend that thanks publicly, and my thanks to the Potters themselves for working so hard on what they bring to the community. It really does mean a lot. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Councillor Bonagor. I think we all echo the sentiment. The bowls are lovely and used by everyone. So our great appreciation that we have such a wealth of potters within our community. With that, Councillor Bonagor, I have you as moving acceptance of the report and the renewal of the lease, and Councillor Veith seconding that. I will start the voting with Councillor Bonagor, Ward 7.
Thank you. Yes, it's Councillor Bonagor in favor.
Councillor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Counselor Vasic in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Mayor Jaworski in favor.
And Councillor Hanmer in favor. That's unanimously passed. And it moves us to our next staff report, which is the extension of the temporary use zoning bylaw 2020-049 as amended by bylaw 2020-083 Solar Initiative City of Waterloo. And Mr. Cotter is here. I don't believe there's a presentation for it to answer any questions we may have. Any questions or comments? Go ahead, Mayor Jaworski.
Well, I just want to thank the team there, Joel, and the economic development team for continuing to bring this on. We have a lot of recovery to do with our small businesses here in Waterloo, and every little bit helps. And this was an exemplary initiative by Team Waterloo. So thank the team very much.
Thank you for that. Any other questions or comments? Councillor Bodley is moving acceptance of the extension, and Councillor Bonagor seconding it. I'll start the voting on it, starting with Ward 2.
Councillor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Counselor Freeman in favor.
Counselor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagor in favour, and I would just also like to echo the Mayor's thanks for all the work that's being done to try and give our uptown as much of a chance as it can have heading into what looks to be another tough year. Thank you.
Mayor Jaworski in favor.
And Councillor Hanmer is in favor as well. That's carried unanimously. It moves us to consideration of notice of motion, given previous meetings, and there are none. No notice of motion for today. Communication and correspondence, none. Unfinished business, none. Are there any questions? Councillor Freeman, please go ahead.
Thank you, through you, Chair. I just wanted to let council know that the 416 Kings Court property is a location where the region of Waterloo is intending to create a new social housing project. I think it's somewhere in the magnitude of 70 or around 70 beds. There's a mix of 5 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, and the project fits into the current zoning approvals for the property, so it won't be coming to council. It's going through site plan, and I think they'll be seeking a few minor variances through committee of adjustment. But I just wanted to let council know in case they hear about it from anyone else, because I believe the correspondence that I've received has just come to me as the ward councillor. The budget for the project was approved by the region of Waterloo back in 2019, and so they're just in the process of doing all that work. I didn't know whether staff might want to prepare a briefing note for council on this, or if you want any other details, don't hesitate to reach out to myself. I can forward the emails that I have on the project, but I just wanted to let council know.
Thank you, Councillor Freeman. I had noticed it there was an article about it, I believe it was in the Chronicle. So it's good to know a little bit more detail about what's happening there. Thank you very much for that.
You're right, it was in this week's Chronicle.
Yeah. Are there any other questions? Any items for new business?
Sorry, can I add one more, Councillor Hanmer?
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Through you, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize all of the volunteers in the city of Waterloo that are out there building community rinks. The last few years with COVID, the community rinks have just been an important part of the recreation portfolio for the city of Waterloo. And I know that in my ward, we have a few new ice rinks that have been started up, one of them in Carriage Crossing area. And I just think they're such a wonderful addition to our neighborhoods. And I just wanted to do a shout out to all of those people that are working so hard to do all that work.
Terrific, thank you. And yes, these last few days with the weather and the cold weather and today's snow isn't helping, but the cold weather certainly helped get those rinks up and going. And it's great to be driving around the city and seeing all of them in action. So thank you for raising that, Councillor Freeman. We do have bylaws to be enacted, so I'd like to suggest that we do A, C, D, and E first, and then I will excuse myself for B. So I do have Mayor Jaworski moving A, B, D, and E. Do I have a seconder? A seconder from Councillor Freeman, thank you. And we'll start the voting on A, B, D, and E, starting with Ward 2.
I think you might have been right, Counselor. I'll just, is it ACDE to Julie?
It's A, C, D, E. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, A, C, D, E. So starting with, Ward 2 voting.
Councillor Bodley loves ACDC. I'll vote in favor of that.
Even though it's ACDE, that's perfect. Oh, go ahead. Go
Council-
ahead, Councillor Veith.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Councillor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor. Who's a bit thunderstruck right now.
Councillor Bonagor in favor and loving all these Akadaka references.
Mayor Jaworski in favor.
And Councillor Hanmer is in favor, and I will now turn the chair back over to our mayor.
All right. Okay. So we need somebody to move the remaining bylaw B. And that's Councillor Henry, seconded by Councillor Bonagor. Begin the voting with Ward 2, please.
Councillor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Councillor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagor in favor.
It's Mayor Jaworski. I'm in favor too, and I'll turn the chair back to Councillor Hammer.
Thank you very much, Mayor Jaworski. And that does bring us to the end of our meeting. Julie, do I need a motion to adjourn?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, if I could have a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Bodley, second by Councillor Freeman, and we'll start the voting with Ward 2.
Councillor Bodley in favor.
Councillor Veith in favor.
Councillor Freeman in favor.
Councillor Bassick in favor.
Councillor Henry in favor.
Councillor Bonagor in favor.
May our future meetings be as efficient. Mayor Jaworski in favor.
And Councillor Hanmer, I too am in favor, and wish everybody stay safe this afternoon and stay off the roads so our amazing staff can do the work that they need to do to make our city safe and as free as from snow as it possibly can be. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Happy snow day. Bye.
Bye.